Ohayo, konnichiwa, watashi wa Nina-san. And today I'm going to teach you guys how I am studying to get ready for Japan. Hi guys, if you don't know me, I'm Nina, and I am getting ready to go to Japan in just over a month. And my dad had this idea of kind of vlogging the experience to get ready, and I thought this was kind of a great opportunity to let you guys know what I'm doing to get ready for Japan, especially in 2022, because I know it's been kind of crazy in regards to foreigners going over to Japan. But I've been approved, and I still have to go through the visa process, which I will show you guys in a later video. But I think today I'm just going to show you guys just some of the study things that I'm doing to get ready for Japan, and hopefully that can help you if you're a beginner learner like myself and want just some tips and tricks to just stay motivated and discipline yourself to make sure you're studying before you go abroad. So first, let me just show you guys my study journal. Now, if you have a planner, I recommend getting a planner instead, but I just have a little notebook. It's Animal Crossing theme, super cute, love it. But basically every week I kind of write down exactly what I need to study, and this kind of goes over the process of exactly what I want to learn this week to prepare myself for that journey. So I have like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just going over the week, and if I have time during the week, I'll end up starting the new schedule the week after, but I haven't done that yet, just this week upcoming. And it kind of just goes over some basics. So if you never have taken a Japanese class before, you kind of don't know where to start. But if you do need a good starting point, I suggest starting with the alphabet. Learn the Japanese alphabet in hiragana first, and that comes into my next book actually. I have tons and tons of Japanese books, and I've been using probably every single one of them just to get a different perspective of all of these different Japanese books. But I say one of my favorites is this one, Japanese from 1 to 0, because this goes over all of the hiragana that you need to learn, and it starts with the alphabet. And the alphabet is not too hard to learn, especially for foreigners. And just to give you an age range, I'm in college right now, I'm 21. So as you can see, I'm a little older, you know, I'm not starting super young. I did want to say I started Japanese learning in my freshman year of college, so about 18. So like I said, I'm still a beginner. I haven't really disciplined myself, but now that I'm in college, I've been studying a lot more. So I know my alphabet, I'm pretty good with that, and I'm pretty good with having basic conversation. So this is a great book to start with, especially if you are self-studying. This is a good book, and I'll show you guys some videos of exactly what is in it, how you can go step by step, and every week just take time to learn hiragana. It's kind of the first and basic language of Japanese, and after that move into kanji and katakana. And if you don't know what those mean, if you don't know what those things mean, you will learn it when you get into this book. So this is just one of the books that I use. I'm not saying these are like the best books, but I bought this book at Barnes & Noble. I'm pretty sure you can get this on Amazon. I think this was like 20 or 30 bucks, but I think my parents got me this as like a Christmas gift. So I've had this for a little while now, and I've kind of gone already through the whole thing, but I still use this to just reference stuff, keep up on vocab, all that good stuff. So if you are now, like me, if you are getting ready to go to Japan very soon and you just need to pick up a couple phrases as soon as possible and just learn how to get around, this is a good book. I actually got this from a tutor. It was 30 bucks, and I absolutely love the book. This is a great book if you don't really have time to learn Japanese. This is if you are going like myself in a month or so and you just need to learn how to get around, how to say hello, how to ask for help, directions, and meet friends. This is a great book. This book is very simple, it's very easy. It does not go over how to read Japanese at all. This just tells you the basic translations of how to do basic stuff when you're walking around in Japan. So I've been referencing this book a lot just because I know I'm on limited time now, and I don't have a lot of time to learn as much Japanese as I thought I would. So this book is just very good if you want to know how to say nice to meet you, or how you're doing, a quick introduction, and it's great. Highly recommend. If you don't have a lot of time, pick up this book, and I've been using it a lot. It's pretty helpful if you can memorize it. Now, if you are in college and you are taking Japanese classes, you probably have seen the Genki textbooks. Genki textbooks are amazing. They are very in-depth ways to learn Japanese. I've been using these in college. They give you a the coursework book. So this is what you probably use in your classes. So if you really want to learn Japanese, like from front to back, the Genki textbooks are fantastic to use. These ones, a lot of people use them in school, but you can actually just buy them on Amazon. That's what I did. I think I actually bought these on Walmart, but I think it was connected to Amazon or something. Definitely check Walmart or Amazon because they're a lot cheaper there. I think these together were only like 50, 60 bucks, and it came with both. One is the workbook. So if you are taking classes, you have this is all of your coursework, and this is just your workbook. I actually bring these kind of wherever I go. I mainly bring my workbook with me because I like to just go back and see how much I actually remember, and I actually haven't gone through the whole book, even though I've finished my Japanese 1 classes already. But these go all the way up to 3 or 4, I want to say. So if you've completed these books, go ahead, move on to the second one, and that gives you more in-depth learning of Japanese. So these are just the 4 little books that I use, but I actually use one more. Now this is just a Japanese workbook. Now the reason why I like these is because you can bring these wherever you go. You're just on a plane, you're on a train. I bring these to all my travels, just a workbook, because I know if I'm bored and I have nothing to do for a few minutes, instead of me like scrolling online, I like to just go through my workbook, practice some of my kanji, practice some of my hiragana, see how much I remember. And it's really good if you just need kind of something to do for your brain, kind of just something that you want to remember your Japanese. I highly recommend a workbook. This is actually the 2nd edition. I have the 1st edition too. I have so many books, trust me, I don't know where it is. But any Japanese workbook will do. I just picked up this one. Pretty sure this one was like 20 bucks. I think I got it from Barnes & Noble. But any Japanese workbook is perfectly fine. There's actually another one I use, which I don't know where it is, which is kind of a mini workbook. That one I think was $15, and I used to bring that one wherever I go. It had like a pink cover, and it was fantastic because it's small enough to fit in my purse, in my backpack, and if I'm just sitting on a train or I'm waiting for something, I'll just go through, write my kanji, write my hiragana, see how much I can remember, and it's fantastic. Now, I know this seems maybe a little advanced, but one thing that I like to do just to see how much Japanese I know is I'll buy books in Japanese. So this is actually a kid's book. This is like a little Rilakuma book. I love Rilakuma. Literally my whole life is Rilakuma. Like I have this whole like little thing that has all this cute stuff in it. But this is just like a little kids book. It has like some little kids games, and the funny thing is when you're learning Japanese, you don't realize, but you pick up a lot of the language already just from studying the alphabet. So I like to buy sometimes children's books and just kind of go through these children's books to see how much I actually know. And maybe like a little, at first it may seem a little hard, but the more you read these little kids books, you can actually pick up a lot that you didn't even know that you knew. And it helps with just grammar structure. It helps keep everything aligned, so you kind of remember like, oh, this was that word, or oh, this was that word. Highly recommend to do it, and that's just what I've been doing in my training. Now, I'm not saying that these books are absolutely amazing. I'm not saying these are like the #1 top books that you can use. These are just a few things that I've been using while I've been getting ready, and if you have any comments or any feedback or things I could use more, I loved if you dropped a comment, a follow if you can, because I'm going to be posting more updates of 2022. I'm going to be trying to do it weekly, so stay up to date with me if you can. But yeah, that's just a few things that I've been using. Now, another tool that this doesn't really have to do with Japanese studying itself, but I realized one thing to get my brain kind of going is I've been doing Sudoku puzzles. They're really big. It's like an old, math game. They do this in Japan, they do it in here in America. Sudoku puzzles are just brain teasers. They are kind of difficult to do if you never played a Sudoku puzzle before, but they are very stimulating, and sometimes when I need a break from trying to remember my Japanese, I'll play a Sudoku puzzle because it'll get my brain kind of activated and ready to do more Japanese work, because I got frustrated from the puzzle, and doing my Japanese work actually seems like a break, kind of tricks your brain into wanting to learn more. So I highly recommend Sudoku puzzles. You don't have to do Sudoku puzzles, but definitely a brain engaging game really helps the mind. So Sudoku puzzles. And lastly, I'm going to give you guys 2 apps that I like to use just for studying Japanese. Obviously, Duolingo. Now, Duolingo isn't the best app you can use. There are a million others out there, but it is a very good 5-minute thing you can use if you want to use Japanese on the go. Like you're just sitting around, you notice you've been scrolling on TikTok for way too long. Open up Duolingo and just go on there for 5 minutes. Like 5 minutes a day is what they say is really going to help. Just at least 5 minutes a day. Another one that I recommend is Bumpo. I'll show you guys what it looks like here, but Bumpo is really good. You actually have to pay for it. I believe it's $15 to have like the forever subscription. Or it might be 30. I believe I split it with my sister and we both have the app. So if you have friends that are also learning, just be like, hey, cash at me, and then you can log into their account and you guys can basically share it. That's what I do. But Bumpo, I love it because it's a Japanese learning app. Now you can't use it online, unfortunately, like you can with Duolingo. Like I like to go on Duolingo on my laptop sometimes and I'll play it. But with Bumpo, it's strictly like a phone app for Android and for iPhone users. But it is a really good app for just going through basics of Japanese, and it has tiers up into where you can take the Japanese proficiency test and see really how you've been doing all these times. I use it a lot. I've been using it a lot more recently because I know I'm going to Japan. So I highly recommend Bumpo. I know it costs a little bit, but so do all of these books. They all cost, okay? There's a lot of free study tools out there as well, so maybe I'll do another video about some of the free tools I use, but these are all books that I paid for and have been helping me greatly, so I highly recommend you checking these out. I will leave like a little Amazon list or kind of description where you can find some of these books, and if there's anything else you want me to touch on, please let me know. Leave a like and a comment, all that good stuff, and I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys want to see more of my journey, especially as a Black person going to Japan. I'm really nervous about that, but I will keep you guys updated, and I hope you guys like this video. Talk to you soon. Bye. Sayonara.